Okay, good day everybody, and today we continue our series on consumer arithmetics, and today we'll be looking at discount. Prior to today's video, we would have already addressed how to calculate profit, calculate loss, calculate percentage profit, and calculate percentage loss. So today we're moving on straight into discount, and don't forget to also look at that first video where we define all of the key concepts that we'll be addressing under consumer arithmetics. Discount, of course, being one of them. So let's go. What is today's objective? Today we're keeping it simple. All we're hoping to achieve today is to determine the cost price of an item or whatever you buy after you calculate the discount when given as a percentage. So remember, we look at discount and we say that discount is that deduction that you get in some places where you go and shop. Sometimes you get a deduction either because they have whatever on sale or sometimes because you cross a certain limit in your shopping, whatever. So yes, sometimes those are conditions in which discounts are offered. So today we're going to just look at how to get the cost price after giving a given discount. You have to note, however, that discount can be given in one of two ways. Most times they give it as a percentage. They offer most times discount as a percentage, but sometimes they also offer you a discount as raw cash. So you could go to the shop and they give you, let's say, $10 discount. And $10 is not a percentage, it's just the amount of money that you know you have to pay less. So these are two things you have to be prepared to do, especially when it comes to exam. Although I would want to believe in most exams, they would give you as a percentage, so you have to calculate that discount amount. But it's not always necessarily like that. So this is the formula that we need to know to calculate discount. All we need to know is that once we're given a percentage, that is, this will only work when given the discount as a percentage. If given the discount as cash, which we will see when we start to do our problems, all you need to do is basically just subtract. So if you get the cash, you just subtract the amount. If you get the percentage, this is the formula that you need to know. So how does this work? Basically, whatever percentage you have, you divide it by 100 and then you multiply that by your CP. So it's the percent given as a discount, of course, divided by 100, multiplied by your CP. And we already established by now that our CP would be our cost price. So without no further delay, let's go into some examples. And here I only have two examples because I think this concept is very straightforward. The only thing I know a lot of students tend to struggle with here sometimes is calculating the percentage. So once you have a good grasp of percentage, really and truly, this is a very easy concept. Even the one we're going to do tomorrow, God willing, when we're dealing with tax, you realize that it's a very simple matter as long as you understand how to work with percentage. So let's address these two questions. Of course, you could pause the video here. You could also take the time to share, subscribe, and like so that you can get more videos like this as we continue our series on consumer arithmetics. So let's look at number one. Well, 1 and 2, but you could attempt it before we try. Thomas bought, so number 1, well, let's go to the next slide. So number 1, Thomas bought a cell phone for $1,600, and here I decided to increase the values so as we get closer to the type of questions we might see in exams. Thomas bought a cell phone for $1,600 and got a $300 discount. How much did he actually pay for the phone? So this is a very straightforward question. Here we have the given price. So this is how much he bought the cell phone for. So we could establish that. Remember, as we did in a previous video, we have to be able to pick out the given information. So here we know that the cost price is $1,600. That's given. We don't have to guess that. So it's given, he paid $1,600 for the cell phone and he actually got a discount of $300. This is a given discount. So it's not something we have to calculate. It's not given as a percentage, it's given as raw cash. So his discount here is straight out $300. This is as easy as they come. How much did he actually pay for the phone? Although there's no given formula for this, we can simply say that he actually paid the discount minus the cost price. So how much did he actually pay? He was actually, if we need to show any working, that is $1,600 minus $300. And as I said, there is no standard formula for this, but this is the beauty about consumer arithmetics. We could use logics to actually solve certain problems. And this makes perfect sense here if we understand what the discount do. So when we take away 300 from $1,600, we will actually end up getting $1,300. And like we look in the previous video, this is not over until we state our answer. So how much did he actually pay for the phone? He paid, so you have to be able to state our answer. He paid $1,300. This is what crowns the matter, as I like to say. So this is what will give us our complete answer below here, because this answers the question that we were asked. So how much was he paid for the phone, or how much did he actually pay for the phone? He actually paid $1,300 after receiving a $300 discount. And as I said earlier, this is as easy as they come. And I just put this question so that we understand a discount is basically a deducted amount. When given as a percentage, we just have to find that percentage and then go back and deduct. So let's go to number 2. I think this is our last question for today. Question 2. At Calico Supermarket, any purchase exceeding $300 will be given a 5% discount. If Mary's grocery sums up to $430, how much did she actually pay for her groceries? Oh, and this is a very interesting question. And notice that we have a condition set. And sometimes we ignore these conditions and we go straight away to calculating. But a nice question we have to ask ourselves here before we even start putting pen to paper. Does Mary qualify for the 5% discount? Even though this is not asked, this is something we have to consider before we start working on. And more often than not, it's a question, so it's like we expected to do it, but no, we have to be careful, because as we go up in the levels, these are the sort of reasoning and deduction we have to be able to make before we start calculating, and that's logical. Right? So yes, in this case, yes, Mary does qualify for that 5% discount, because according to her sum, she has a sum of $430. And to be eligible for the 5% discount, according to the question, she has to exceed $300. So does Mary qualify for the discount? Yes, she qualifies for the discount. And now we can start doing our maths. So of course, let's take out the required information or what is given. So we know the cost price is given. And in this case, the cost price will be the amount that she'll be paying for her groceries. So that will be a sum of $430. This will be our cost price. That's the figure that we'll be working with. And we also know the discount. But we don't know the discount as a financial sum, let's say. We know it as a percentage. So this is where the formula comes to play. So our percentage discount is 5. Or we could put 5% again for those that may not like how to just see the 5, but it's the same thing because it's 5 is discount percent. So we know that she's getting 5% discount. So what do we do from here now? Here we apply our formula that we demonstrated earlier. So we show that discount is equal to the percentage over 100. Just rewriting it. I love to rewrite my formulas before I start to substitute values. And that is multiplied by the cost price. This will be my percentage formula. Just make this dot a little bigger. Good. And now I could substitute value. I know that the given percentage here would be 5, and I know that my cost price will be $430. And notice, by applying this formula, all I'm basically doing is finding out how much discount she will be getting. Oftentimes, I've seen students apply this formula, and whatever answer they get, that is where they stop. They think that is the end of the question. But according to this question, we want to know how much did she actually paid for the grocery, and not necessarily how much she got as a discount. Of course, though, we do need to find out how much she got as a discount in order to find out how much she paid for the grocery. Hope that is not confusing. But yes, that's what we need to do. I've seen a lot of students in the past, after they apply the 5% discount and whatever answer they get, that is the end of the question for them. So we have to be careful. We have to answer what is being asked. And here they don't just want us to find out how much discount she got. So all right. So here I'm substituting my values, and I will just take a calculator just to make my life a little easier here. So 5%, you could just put that on your calculator. So it's 5 divided by 100, and you multiply that by 430. And that would give me exactly, according to my calculator, $21.50. 50 cents. And I'm talking currency, so 50 cents. The calculator will give you 21.5, but I know this is a sum of money. So this here now, this $21.50 is my discount. But this is not how much I'm paying for my groceries. I mean, if that's how much I'm paying for my groceries after summing a total of $430, my goodness gracious, God is good. But no, this here is only the discount. So that's my D here. So if I have to answer the question, how much did Mary, or how much did she actually pay for the grocery? Now I have to take my discount and subtract it from my cost price, as we did just now there. So how much did she actually pay? I would have it up here. That will be $430. $430 minus the discount. Because remember, the discount is how much they take away, how much you have to pay less. You could go back to that first video when we define all the key terms, right? So we have 21.50. So this will basically be answering the latter part, or actually not the latter part, the main question. How much did she actually pay for the grocery? She paid $430 minus $21.50. And if my math serves me well, I think this would give me a total of $408.50. You could throw in your cent sign there. Hold on, let me just double check. So 430 minus 21.5, yes. So $408.50 according to my calculator. And as I said, we are not over until we state it. So how much did she actually pay? She paid, so we state it. We have to write it out. Yes, you do have to write in maths. It's not all about the numbers. Sometimes you have to state your answer. She paid $408.50. Good? For the groceries. For grocery. It's kind of hard for me to type on this thing still, but don't worry, I'll be working on that. I'm still trying to find the right accessories. And in time to come, it will be a lot smoother. For grocery. I think that grocery should be plural because it's more than one. So she paid $408 for groceries. Yes, there we go. This is supposed to be an E. Yes, and this is basically what answers. This looks like a big number. There's a point here. There's a decimal point here. Let me just make it bigger. Yes, that's a point there. It's not 40,850. Right, so this is what answers our question now. How much she paid for her groceries? She paid $408.50. And this is basically how we incorporate decimals, or percentage rather. And I said it doesn't make sense doing 100 questions. Once you understand the concept, 2 examples is basically enough. However, of course, feel free to comment in the comment section below if you need a question answered, or if you want me to take a different approach, or see how else I could answer a given question that you might think is a little tricky, and then we'll take it from there. But for today, we're going to bring it to a wrap right here. So again, as always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe so that you can get more videos like this as we continue our series on consumer arithmetics. So until then, you take care and look forward to tomorrow's video when we're looking at tax percentage. Until then, see you all.